Hey everybody, I just thought I would take a couple of minutes to talk about the syllabus with you for this class. Hopefully, you are in the right place because this is Plant Science and Biotechnology. This class does count as 2 credits, so you get a credit for an elective and for a fourth science credit. This is the first time that this class has been offered at OCHS in quite some time, so I'm really excited to get it started up again. I will say that it's been a couple of years since I taught plant science and horticulture. I taught it when I was student teaching at Eastside High School, but it's been a couple of years since then. And I was also teaching the end of the class because it was a year-long class, so I came in about midway through. So these first couple of weeks is going to be a little bit different, I think, as far as while I'm gone compared to when I return. Things will probably change course a little bit when I get back to school just because I'm building the class as we teach it. So you guys just bear with me as sometimes we might do things that just don't quite work out the way that I foresaw them doing, but we'll have fun regardless. If you haven't ever taken an ag class before, hopefully you have. But if you haven't, just know that some of the things that I have you do in here are based upon the 3 circle model of ag education, which states that we have to have classroom instruction, a supervised agricultural experience program, and participation in the FFA in order to provide you a total program education. And some of the things that I have you do are for that reason. You'll see that throughout this course, we're going to talk about a variety of topics. So we'll talk about everything from like plant cells to the life cycles to their uses. We'll talk about soil, we'll talk about weeds, we'll talk about pests and everything in between. But I'm hoping that we'll have a lot of hands-on activities to do in the greenhouse hoop house lab space. Our hoop house is up and functioning. It does look a little rough right now. We've had some really bad windstorms that have really torn it apart. And the greenhouse doesn't currently work. So those are some jobs that I'm going to have us hopefully work on this semester is working on plants and getting our facilities back up and running. Um, that should be it for this page. As far as grading go, if you've taken my class before, you should know kind of the deal here. Your classwork and participation is going to weigh the most heavily in the grade book because I do want you to participate and contribute to our class discussions in your classwork and participating and all that jazz each day when you get in here. And then we will have some exams in this class that will be cumulative because your SAE program actually counts as your final exam. So instead of having like a 100-question final exam, it's your SAE program instead. So I just make all of your tests cumulative to still be able to track your progress and see what you've learned and so on and so forth. When I return to school, if you've been in my class before, you probably know this, but if not, because I serve as the FFA advisor for OCHS, I am required to miss a lot of school to fulfill some of those duties. And that being said, that means you do have a sub quite often. Since that is the case, if you are present at school and decide that you're not going to do whatever I leave you and just torment your classmates or your sub instead, you won't be able to make it up, which is unfortunate because it's worth 20% of your grade. So I hope that will encourage you to actually get your work done. Your SAE program and the leadership points I will talk about here in just a couple of minutes, but just know that both of those are in place to serve as that second and third component of the 3-circle model. As far as things that you need for this class, definitely your Chromebook. We'll probably use those most days in class. A set of earbuds that would work for your Chromebook as well would be very beneficial for a variety of reasons. And then I am required by the district to charge you $20 FFA membership dues to help cover the cost of our dues to the national, state, and then some local dues to help offset the cost of some of the activities and labs that we'll do. As far as participating in the FFA, though, that is not required. I just ask that you do pay that $20. You can pay that in cash or check to Mr. Collins until I get back. Or there's an online website that you can access at the end of this syllabus. We do give you a FFA shirt as well. So if you pay your dues by the end of the month, you are guaranteed to get a FFA shirt. I can't guarantee you one after that because we order the shirts the first week of September. As far as the classroom goes, I do ask you to be respectful to each other, myself, and the property of others, and that in the classroom. At the very front of the room, you'll see a set of drawers that has a bunch of different supplies in it that you are always welcome to. There's pencils, there's markers, there's staplers, hole punchers, rulers, scissors, glue sticks, and such. And I've got stuff to replace all of that should we run out of things. But you are always welcome to use that. So if you, for whatever reason, come to school with no pencil, please help yourself to take one. I do have pretty high expectations for you as far as what I believe that you are capable of. I realize that we are all at different capability levels and learning levels, and that is absolutely 100% okay all of the time. But I do expect you to give me whatever your very best is. Please be responsible. Make sure that you are, raising your hand to speak, coming to class ready to learn, staying seated when necessary. We're not just going to get up and wander around the room like I know some of you like to do. Clean up after yourself. I don't mind if you snack and, have breakfast or what have you, but please throw your trash away. I have actually three people in my own home that I have to clean up after. I really don't love having to clean up after, 70 students every day as well. So just leave the room better than you found it. Pick up trash even if it doesn't belong to you and throw it away. Speak appropriately, please. I really don't appreciate hearing foul language in my classroom. My dad is a sailor, so I'll just leave it at that. Um, yeah, we'll just go there. If for whatever reason I catch you doing it often, I will send you to the office. Practice etiquette. Make sure you keep your electronics put away. I don't know if you've read the syllabus, but I don't want to see your cell phones. If they become a problem, you will also be sent to the office because there's no reason for you to have them. You have a Chromebook in front of you. Your mama and daddy should not be texting you during school. Okay? I will also model this for you. And be present, please. We're just going to have one person out of class at a time. Someone do the vending machine. Or not to the vending machine. Someone to the bathroom, someone to get water. Trips to the vending machine, if they're even on, are going to be limited to the first 10 and last 10 minutes of class every day. Let's see. Please be at school. I know that we've had trouble with our attendance policy the last couple of years, and it's become a problem. So please be at school. I'm just going to leave that there. And then you'll see the final exam is part of your SAE program. That being said, we'll talk about this a little bit more next week when we start talking about our topics. But you have pretty free reign as far as whatever your SAE program is going to be. So I do expect you to have 20 hours invested in your project, have 6 pictures taken of you in your project. I prefer you to be in the pictures than of whatever that you are doing, just to prove to me that you actually completed the project yourself. You didn't just make it up last minute, like I know some of you probably have in the past. You've taken my class or Mr. Collins's before. And then you'll be required to log your hours into AET, which is our SAE record keeping system. And I'll show you how to do that tomorrow or Friday. I guess tomorrow is Friday. Goodness, y'all, I'm so sleep deprived. Anyways, essays are due on the second to last Friday of the semester. So I believe yours will be due December 9th this semester. And then your leadership points. So to get our FFA requirement of, the 3-circle model, I don't make you participate in FFA aside from paying FFA dues, but I do want you to be contributing members to your community. I don't know how many of you are planning to go to college after you graduate, but one of the things that they love to see and some of the schools require is community service. So this is a really great way for you to kind of work towards that. So you can do a variety of things, and I'll show you a list of what those are. But they can be, participating in spirit days. They can be collecting cans during our canathon. They can be volunteering at the animal shelter, doing community service through your church, participating in FFA. I do give you points for doing that as well. So just know that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to get involved in either the FFA or community service in that manner. If you're interested, one of the ways that you can get your SAE kind of done is participating in our livestock show team. If you are interested in showing a livestock animal, please come see Mr. Collins like ASAP, because there's a good chance that you may not be able to if you wait until I get back to school. You can show pigs, goats, sheep, cows, both beef and dairy. And we do have a livestock barn, if you are not aware, that allows you to house the animals there if you don't have the space at home or another facility. So if you're interested in that, let one of us know and we'd be happy to help you. Other than that, I just ask that you get your syllabus agreement form signed by your parents. They have all received an email with the link, but the QR code and the link is up there in the top right corner. You can join our class remind. So I'll have one for like all of my classes. I think there's one being made for each of my classes, and then there's one for our FFA chapter. I think that's about it. You can pay your dues online at the link there, or bring up a cash or check to Mr. Collins until I get back on September 12th. Um, and then you can follow our chapter on social media if you like. I think that's about it. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to send me an email. Mr. Collins can clarify a lot of this too. So if you need an immediate response to your question, feel free to ask him.